everybody. So, tonight we are unboxing a linear actuator and testing it out. So here's my idea. My idea is I have a webcam and for my office. I like to have it in the middle of my screen, but I don't want to have it there all the time. I kind of like it there in the middle of when I'm having a video conference. I basically have my webcam right now on a telescoping arm from a selfie stick, and what it does is I pull it basically like this, so it comes down the middle of my screen and the camera faces me. But you know, it's a pain in the ass to do that all the time, so I figured I'd upgrade with this linear actuator, which is going to mount above my computer, and it's gonna just automatically, I'll press a button and it'll and then I'll have the camera facing me and we are all good to go. So we are gonna unbox the linear actuator and we're gonna test it out and see if my idea holds water. Otherwise, we wasted some money on a linear actuator. Then I'll put up on eBay so people can buy it and do something else with it. So, got it on Amazon. It was about, I think it was $90. It's actually a replacement actuator for a recliner. The linear actuators they had that were just basically linear actuators that just did the thing by themselves. They didn't come with a power supply, they didn't come with any type of button, and they were the same price and they had the same specs. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to just get a replacement part for a recliner, and it comes with a button and everything. So, one thing I found in my hacking over the years is sometimes just adapt a part from something else because they're surplus. They make something, they make a lot of them, and it's cheaper than just buying the raw material. That's why I like to take things apart. So it's my power supply. Yeah, look at that. We got a power brick. What's this brick? This brick is, can't really see it on the camera, but it is 29 volts output at 1.8 amps. That's cool. It's got regular, just a keyed connector. This is also a 100 to 240 volt adapter, so we could use this in the US or in Europe. It's got a nice little keyed adapter here to connect, assuming this up too. Yep, so it looks like the way we're going to do this is this will plug into here. We have our little buttons, and then this will connect up to our actuator. So let's take all this stuff out. If you're just tuning in, please feel free to say hello. We today are taking a linear actuator and we are going to make it work with our webcam, or a webcam. I got some hardware here. Power cable. Alright, here's the actuator itself. Take that off. Here's our box. Please feel free to send any messages in the chat. Alright, so we have our actuator. So what does this say? It's an electric motor. It says power is 24 volts. Looks like our power supply here is 29 volts. Duty cycle, max 10%. Max load is 1,000 newtons. That's pretty good. IP20. Risk of shock, dry location use only. Okay, max amp is 3.5 amps. We're only going to be able to draw 1.8 amps out of this thing. Alright, so it looks like this is meant to be mounted here. Oh, it's a screw actuator. Look at that. That's nice. And it's going to go up and down like this. So let's just, you know what we're going to do? Plug it in. and see what it does. So let's figure out this wiring train. So that's going to go. This goes into our our AC power from the wall. Undo this. Let's just give ourselves enough cord to plug into our power strip. Okay. Curious how loud this thing is going to be. So I'm going to just unplug the cell phone charger, which we don't need at the moment. I'm gonna wait to give that thing power. Let's plug that in. Okay. And then the next thing on this, next thing we're doing is we're going to plug in our controller into our power supply, lock that down, and let's get our lead from there. Okay, it's plugged in. All right, so now we should just have this going back and forth pretty well. It's nice and solid. So we're gonna give it some juice. It's hot. Wait for our little green light to come on. Yeah, green light. And that is nice and smooth. Let's see if it automatically stops at the end. It got some automatic on and off. This thing is beautiful. It's also pretty quiet. Alright, I like this thing. So, what are we going to do now? Well, I want this to basically hold a camera. I'm gonna mount this basically vertically like this in my office, and I want it to be able to have a camera on a pole here, so that when it fully actuates down, it'll be in the middle of my monitor. So I am going to see if I have. Let's see how we can do this. So I'm going to grab the camera. We're going to see how this works. All right. So now we got our little webcam. We have our mounting knuckle. Got this piece. And we have liberated our selfie stick. So our selfie stick is going to make its way back into our camera supply area. And now what we need is some type of way to mount this thing here. First what we're going to do is we need to measure. So I need to measure this. So let me get my tape measure. also need to measure the roof in my office. So first, let's measure this. This is going to mount. This is about 22 inches. Let's see where 22 inches is in my office. Alright, so the real thing we need is something that's going to be able to hold this up and not have it come falling down on my workstation. So let's see what we got in our inventory to do that. I need some type of bracket that can drill through the roof of my office and make sure it's nice and solid. So, how are we going to do that? The other alternative is to have it this way and have the motor at the bottom because it's got some mounting bracket holes up here. But I think we want our weight up top, closest to the roof. So let me see what kind of brackets I got. I'm going to have something in this office that can work me. Mount this thing. This will do. It's for a monitor mount. I don't currently have a monitor that's going to mount on it. So the question is, I think this will do. So let's take this thing apart and let's see what you got. And hello to anybody tuning in. See, I have one current viewer. Please, viewer, let me know where you're tuning in from. Give me a shout out so I can say hello. Alright, so we got that. If there's anything else on this thing we could use. No. I think our mounting bracket from that's plenty to take. Alright, so let's see if my idea here works. Of course, I'm not going to use these screws. Claim these into our screw reclamation bin. I need to really find the Drumebox music archive because I hate doing this in silence. Okay. So just for the sake of shits and giggles, we're going to unplug this. I don't need to be working on something that's got power, even if it is only 24 volts and only 3.5 amps. That's still enough to fuck my day up. Okay, so let's see. Can this go through here and go through there? All right, that does. And let's see. All right, so that does seem to work. It's not going to be the sturdiest thing. Looks like gravity is mostly just going to pull this thing down, but I can probably add a third point of contact in order to shore this thing up. The other thing I could do is probably put this in there, put a screw there, tighten that up. I think that's what we're going to do. So we're going to put this through here. We're going to take this, put that through there, and let's figure out what kind of screw size this is. I'm going to assume, I'm not going to assume anything. Let's just get let's hope for some type of standard size screw. Let's look at these machine screws. Nope, not that. It was wishful thinking. What do we got? Like maybe this size machine screw might possibly be. And we have got a winner. Okay. So, here's what we're going to do. We are going to take this like so, thread it through, take this screw, go through here, put that on there. Okay, and we're gonna come through like so. I think maybe this should be the right size. Nope, that is too small. Looks like we have some ants. They're curious about what we are doing today. And, you know, really hope they don't get in the way because they are going to die if they do. Okay, so we're tightening this up. Guys, you get a nice view of the bald spot on my head. Coming to you live from Malibu. Alright, so that is there. We're going to put this nut back on the other side of this. It's a locking nut, which I don't think is really going to lock much, but okay. So now we have that. We can mount this to our ceiling. And we're going to want to mount it like that, I think. Oh, let's see which side of this gives us the most access. Maybe mount it like this. If we mount it like this, it's only gonna be able to go like that, not wobble back and forth to potentially hit our monitor. But I think we need to mount it like this so that we can mount it on the, well, I think our roof is like such, so we're gonna have to mount it like this. And we'll probably put our screw mount on there. All right, so let's see. I wish I had a camera in my office to show you all of this, but at present we don't. So I will be right back testing the angle of this thing. Actually, before I do that, I need to unmount something I have up there already. I'll show you what this thing is replacing. So this is presently replacing this setup, which is just an arm. It's just basically a lamp arm that was mounted on the ceiling. So this is going to be updated to this. We actually can put this back in our office to hold things. Yeah, we'll do that later. And this can get put into our grip gear. Okay. So now the question is, what are we going to put onto this to make it? Well, so give me one more second. I'm going to go put this in my office and test it out and see where it goes. Okay, so it looks like we need something that is going to attach to this. Let's see how far down that needs to go. Actually, what we're going to do, doesn't matter. We're going to just make it so it's the full length of this, because that gives us the most to play with. So we're going to call that 14 inches, 15, sorry, that's 1.4 feet at 16 inches. This piece of metal that I got from something is the perfect length. But I don't know if it's really the style I want at this thing. So that's one option. And our other option is this. We have these nice pieces of aluminum support. I think I'm going to go with this black one. Let's see. I think I might use this instead of this. So let's, we're gonna quickly chop this thing. So let's mark it. I'm going to mark it with my nice silver marker. Okay. And marked. I think just for the sake of it, I'm going to use my hacksaw because I really don't want to change what I have in my setup for my bandsaw at the moment. So let's just take my hacksaw out. Should be pretty easy. Once I get these corners cut, I might have to just bend it. Okay, so now just take my little cutter here, cut through that aluminum. Cut through that one. Before we do anything else, I'm gonna get my vacuum. Clean up any of this metal dust. Okay, so now I can just bend this thing, okay, and that looks good. And yes, I just farted. Alright, so now you're going to need to drill some holes in this so that we can mount it up to this thing. So how are we going to do that? Well, let's do some measuring. Turn this on the side. I want to mount this kind of like so. I'm going to mount it with this side facing out. And this hardware we got here. I'm going to assume don't need that or this locking pin. That looks like, pardon me. All right, so those go there. Those are quite the screws. So let's check out first what the size of that thing is. See if we even have a bit that's that thick. They look like they're a bit beyond our quarter. They look like more than a quarter. So if that's the case, we're going to pull out our titanium bits. Okay. So where do you fall on this scale? You're more than a quarter. It looks like you're about 5/16. So we're going to use this bit. Let me turn on my drill camera. So got our drill camera. Just our angle here of our camera there. And it looks like our workbench over here is a little dirty. That's fine. We'll clean this up once we get the holes drilled. Get rid of that bit. Okay. This. Here. Good. Okay. We're going to need to probably lower that down a bit. Just want to go that way. No, we want to go from the top. So let's measure this. And it looks like, well, let's go back to our overhead camera. Okay, so got our calipers, they're zeroed. And it looks like the distance between these two is about 1.78 inches, 40, what's the millimeters, 45.5 millimeters. So let's go about there. We're going to mark this. Okay. And you know what? We also are going to make a hole for this thing, and this is 1/4. So that's gonna go right there. Okay. So now we're gonna switch back over to our drill cam, and we're gonna just drill these holes. I'll lower our drill down just a tad. Okay. And there we go. Let's just check it, make sure that that is wide enough for our perfect. Okay. Now we're going to drill our second hole. Make sure we're all squared. Are. Okay. And now we're going to drill our 1/4 inch, which should only be 2 down on this. 1 and 2. Let's check that with a screw. We'll leave the screws that we took out of. Look at that. Oh, it's the wrong camera. Sorry. So look at that. So here we got our holes screwed in there, and I'm gonna mount this onto here. So there's that one, and here comes this one. So let's just get our screwdriver. Okay, it's tight. That's tight. Probably should have put this on here first. I can get my 1/4 inch screws. Machine screws are the best. I love machine screws. So I got a 1/4 inch screw, and this is the standard for American camera equipment. So it looks like that. And then we're gonna screw this on here. All these things are falling apart at me at the moment. Okay. Just before I do anything else, I'm gonna give some power on this, and I'm gonna move my actuator a little bit so I can get a screwdriver under it. Okay. Let's have that standing up. We're gonna take the screwdriver. Okay, so this screw is too long. How it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put a screw on it so it doesn't move. So by screw I mean I'm going to put a nut on it. I think I'm actually going to take, Alright, so there's that. That should make this job a little easier. This goes on here. Let's make sure we're nice and tight. Okay, that is nice. Now we are going to take this. Let's leave you tight like that. We're going to take this, and we need you to stay on here nice and well. Okay, so let's lay this back down. Alright, so I'm not really sure why our microphone just did what it did, but it did. So we are back now. So now we have this there. We have this. We got power. So now I should be able to just... I'm not sure why we lost microphone 2 times there, but we did. We're back. Okay, so we have this on our actuator, and now if we press this button, it comes down. So that did the job. Really smooth. I like this. So now I'm going to stop broadcasting because I need to go actually mount this into my office, and I will just record a small video and broadcast it of the finished product in the office. So thanks for tuning in, and until next time, this is Louis Silverstein from Grip Reality / Baraku, signing out. Peace out.